The stars twinkled in the viewport as Captain Susan Miller stared into the vastness of space. Earth looked small from here, a blue marble hanging in the darkness. She took a deep breath to calm her nerves. Today would change human history forever. "Captain, the alien vessel is approaching," said Lieutenant Paul Green. His fingers moved quickly across the control panel. "They're sending docking signals." Susan nodded. "Accept their request, and remind the crew. Best behavior. We represent all of humanity now." It had been 3 months since the massive ship appeared at the edge of the solar system. The world had watched in shock and wonder as the aliens sent their first message. Greetings from the Galactic Union. After weeks of careful communication, they had finally agreed to meet. The alien ship was huge, nearly a mile long. It gleamed like polished silver in the sunlight. Susan's vessel, the EFS Endeavour, looked tiny beside it. "Docking complete," Paul announced. "The airlock is secure." Susan straightened her uniform. "Open the doors." The inner door slid open with a soft hiss. 3 aliens stood waiting. They were tall and slender with pale blue skin that seemed to shimmer. Their forearms hung at their sides. Large, dark eyes blinked slowly as they took in the humans. "Welcome aboard the Endeavour," Susan said. "I am Captain Susan Miller of the Earth Defense Force." The middle alien stepped forward. "I am Ambassador Zigthar of the Galactic Union. We are pleased to meet you, humans of Earth." Its voice came through a small device on its chest, translating its musical language. Susan led them to the conference room. The aliens moved with a strange grace, as if Earth's gravity was too strong for them. They sat carefully in the specially made chairs. "We have much to discuss," Zigthar said. "Your world is unusual." "Unusual how?" Susan asked. "Your planet is what we classify as a Deathworld 7. The conditions are extreme by our standards. High gravity, high oxygen, extreme weather patterns, dangerous wildlife, and powerful bacteria. Few spacefaring species evolve in such harsh environments." Susan frowned. "Earth seems normal to us." "Of course," Zigthar said. "Tell me, Captain Miller, what kind of natural disasters occur on your world?" Susan thought for a moment. "Well, we have hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, tsunamis, floods, droughts, wildfires." She stopped when she noticed the aliens' posture. They had drawn back slightly, their skin color shifting to a deeper blue. "And you survived these events?" asked one of the other aliens. "We've learned to predict and prepare for them," Susan explained. "We build stronger buildings, create warning systems, and help each other recover." "Fascinating," Zigthar said. "And what of your world's predators?" "We have many predatory animals. Sharks in our oceans, big cats and bears in our forests, wolves, crocodiles." Again the aliens seemed disturbed. "And diseases?" Zigthar asked quietly. "We've conquered many diseases through medicine and vaccines, but new ones still appear. Our immune systems are quite strong, though." The ambassador exchanged looks with its companions. "And you fight wars among yourselves?" Susan hesitated. "Our history includes many conflicts, yes. But we've learned from them. The Earth Defense Force was created to protect humanity, not to wage war." "I see," Zigthar said. Something in its voice had changed. "Thank you for your honesty, Captain." Back on Earth's orbital defense platform, Admiral Richard Johnson watched the meeting through the video feed. He didn't like what he was seeing. "They look scared," he said to his second-in-command, Officer Kathy Brown. "Of us?" Kathy asked. "Why, would advanced aliens fear humans?" "Something about their body language," Richard said. "Every time Susan mentions something about Earth that seems normal to us, they react like she's describing a horror movie." The meeting continued for hours. The aliens asked many questions about human biology, society, and history. Susan answered, honestly, proud to share humanity's accomplishments. "You survived a nuclear arms race?" Zigthar asked, its translator unable to hide the shock in its voice. "We came close to disaster," Susan admitted. "But we pulled back from the edge. It taught us an important lesson about cooperation." When the aliens finally returned to their ship, Susan felt exhausted but hopeful. The meeting had gone well, despite some awkward moments. Admiral Johnson wasn't so sure. "I want all defense systems checked," he told Kathy, "and start running simulations. I want to know how we'd handle an attack from their level of technology." "Sir, they seem peaceful," Kathy protested. "I hope they are," Richard said. "But they're afraid of us. Fear makes people do stupid things." Aboard the alien vessel, Zychthar joined the ship's council. The room was filled with representatives from different species, all members of the Galactic Union. "These humans," said Council Member Drev of the Crack's hegemony. "Are they as dangerous as our scans suggested?" "More so," Zychthar replied. "They evolved on a planet that constantly tries to kill them. Their bodies are dense with muscle, their bones reinforced. Their immune systems attack any foreign substance. They can survive injuries that would kill any of us." "But their technology?" asked another council member. "Primitive compared to ours, but advancing rapidly, and designed for efficiency in warfare. They split the atom less than a century ago and immediately used it as a weapon." The Crack's representative stood. "Then the ancient protocols apply. Species from extreme environments become galactic conquerors if allowed to expand. It has happened before." "They seem peaceful," Zychthar said, "eager to join the galactic community." "All predators seem peaceful until they're hungry," Drev replied. "I will bring this to the full Union Council. The humans must be contained before they become a threat." As the alien ship left Earth's orbit, Susan Miller watched from the Endeavor. "Safe travels," she said, though the aliens could no longer hear her. "Come back soon." Beside her, Paul looked troubled. "Do you think they liked us?" Susan smiled. "First meetings are always awkward. Next time will be better." Little did she know, across the void of space, the Galactic Union was already debating humanity's fate, and the Crack's hegemony was preparing for war. 3 months passed since the first meeting with the aliens. Life on Earth went on as normal. People went to work, children went to school, and scientists studied the data from the alien encounter. Then everything changed. Admiral Richard Johnson was eating breakfast when the alarm sounded. He rushed to the command center of the orbital defense platform. "What's happening?" he asked as he entered. Officer Kathy Brown pointed at the main screen. Multiple ships just appeared at the edge of the solar system. Hundreds of them. Richard stared at the screen. The dots representing alien vessels formed a perfect line aimed at Earth. "Any communications?" he asked. "Nothing yet," Kathy replied. "But they're moving toward us fast." Richard pressed a button on the control panel. "This is Admiral Johnson. All defense forces go to alert level 1. This is not a drill. Around the world, military bases buzzed with activity. Fighter pilots ran to their ships. Missile silos prepared for launch. Submarines dove deep into the oceans. Captain Susan Miller was called back to the EFS Endeavor. Her ship was one of Earth's best, but she knew it was nothing compared to the alien technology she had seen. Finally, a message came through. It appeared on screens worldwide. "Attention humans of Earth. This is the Galactic Union Defense Fleet. Your species has been deemed a potential threat to galactic peace. You will surrender all military assets and accept Union control, or face destruction. You have 1 week to comply." The message ended. Silence filled the command centers around the world. President Laura Martinez called an emergency meeting with all world leaders. They gathered in the United Nations building in New York. "We sought friendship among the stars," she said in her address to the global population. "Instead, we found fear. They believe our strength makes us dangerous. And perhaps they're right to be afraid." The room erupted in arguments. Some leaders wanted to surrender, others wanted to fight. A few suggested trying to talk to the aliens again. "Quiet, please," Laura said. "We need to work together. Admiral Johnson, what are our chances if we fight?" Richard stood up. His face was grim. "Their technology is centuries ahead of ours, but they don't understand humans. We've been fighting wars since we first picked up sticks. It's in our blood." "So you're saying we can win?" asked one of the leaders. I'm saying we can hurt them. Badly enough that they might reconsider, Richard replied. And while we fight, our scientists might find a way to even the odds. Across the room, Dr. Ben White raised his hand. He was Earth's leading expert on alien technology. We've been studying the data from the first contact ship, he said. We've already learned a lot about their propulsion systems and energy weapons. Give me a month and I could... We have a week, Laura interrupted. Then I need every scientist and engineer on the planet, Ben said. And I need them now. Meanwhile, in deep space, the alien fleet approached. On the command ship, Supreme General HFY of the Crack's hegemony watched Earth grow larger on the view screen. Is everything ready? He asked. His second-in-command nodded. Yes, General. Our analysis shows the humans have primitive nuclear weapons and basic space capabilities. They cannot harm our ships. And the ground forces? Ready for deployment. We will target their major cities and military bases simultaneously. HFY leaned back in his chair. The Council was right to listen to us. These Deathworlders cannot be allowed to join the galactic community. They are too dangerous. Sir, his officer said, Ambassador Zikthar still believes we should try peaceful contact again. The ambassador is naive, HFY replied. Species that evolve on Deathworlds always become conquerors. It's just a matter of time. Better to stop them now. Back on Earth, the planet transformed. Factories that once made cars now built weapons. Farmers delivered food to military bases. Schools became shelters. In secret laboratories around the world, scientists worked day and night on the alien technology. Admiral Nicole Rogers took command of Earth's space fleet. It wasn't much. A few dozen military spacecraft designed for operations in Earth orbit. None of them had the firepower of even the smallest alien vessel. We're outgunned and outnumbered, she told her captains. But we have surprise on our side. They think we're primitives. Let's show them how dangerous primitives can be. Her plan was simple but desperate. Earth ships would avoid direct combat. Instead, they would target the aliens' communication systems and try to disrupt their coordination. On the ground, similar preparations were underway. General Steve Cooper organized Earth's armies into small mobile units. They'll expect us to mass our forces, he explained to his officers. Instead, we'll scatter, hit and run, make them fight for every inch of ground. Dr. Ben White made a breakthrough on the 5th day. His team had created a crude version of the aliens' energy weapons. It's not pretty, he told President Martinez as he showed her the bulky device. But it works. We're installing them on our fighter jets now. Will it be enough? Laura asked. Ben shook his head. No, but it's a start. On the 7th day, as the deadline approached, President Martinez sent a message to the alien fleet. To the Galactic Union, Earth will not surrender. We have never started a war, but we have never lost one either. We still hope for peace between our peoples. But if you attack us, we will defend ourselves with everything we have. In his command ship, HFY received the message. He laughed. So, the primitives want to fight, he said. They'll learn soon enough. He gave the order to attack. The alien ships moved into formation. Energy weapons powered up. Ground invasion forces prepared to launch. On Earth, Admiral Johnson watched from the orbital platform. He sent a final message to all Earth forces. Remember your training. Remember your homes. Remember that humans have faced extinction before and survived. We will not fire the first shot, but we will most certainly fire the last. The alien fleet entered Earth's upper atmosphere. The biggest war in human history was about to begin, and the Galactic Union was about to learn why declaring war on Deathworlders was a terrible idea. The alien ships filled the sky. Their weapons glowed with strange energy as they descended toward Earth's major cities. The first shots came from the largest vessel, aimed at the orbital defense platform. Admiral Richard Johnson held onto his chair as the platform shook. Alarms blared. Direct hit to sections 5 and 6, Officer Kathy Brown reported. Shields holding at 40%. Return fire, Richard ordered. All batteries. Earth's defenses answered. Missiles and energy beams shot upward. Most were absorbed by the alien shields, but a few got through. A small alien ship spun out of control and crashed into the ocean. They didn't expect us to have energy weapons, Richard said. Keep firing. On the surface, President Laura Martinez watched from an underground bunker beneath the Rocky Mountains. Screens showed battles around the world. The aliens had landed, troops in 12 locations. How are our forces doing? She asked General Steve Cooper. Better than expected, Steve replied. The aliens are strong, but they're struggling with our gravity and atmosphere, and they don't understand our tactics. In New York, alien troops marched down Broadway. They wore sealed suits and carried weapons unlike anything humans had seen before. Buildings crumbled under their fire. Lieutenant Alan Foster led a squad of fighter jets toward the city. His plane had been modified with Dr. Ben White's version of alien technology. It wasn't pretty. Wires and cables stuck out from the weapons ports, but it worked. Remember the plan, Alan told his pilots. Don't try to dogfight. Get in close and fast. The jets streaked across the sky. Alien ships turned to meet them, energy weapons charging. Alan noticed something strange. The alien vessels had no small weapons, only large cannons that took time to aim. They don't have point defense systems, he said into his radio. They've never needed to defend against small, fast targets. Alan made a quick decision. New plan. Fly directly at them. Don't stop, don't turn. His squadron followed him toward the largest alien ship. Energy beams passed around them as the aliens tried to track their movement. Alan's jet crashed directly into the ship's command center. The explosion tore a hole in the vessel's side. The other pilots followed his example, targeting different ships. In his command ship high above, Supreme General Shiv Kraz received reports of the kamikaze attacks with disbelief. They're deliberately crashing into our ships, he asked. That's suicide. The humans seem willing to sacrifice themselves, his officer replied. Our ships have no defense against such tactics. Adjust the formation, Shiv Kraz ordered. Keep the ships spread out. But the damage was done. The holes in the alien formation allowed Earth's main fleet to engage. Admiral Nicole Rogers led the attack personally. Fire everything we have, she ordered. Focus on the damaged ships. Meanwhile, on the ground, Major Kelly Thompson led a guerrilla force in the Rocky Mountains. Her soldiers used the rugged terrain to ambush alien patrols. They move like they're underwater, Kelly told her troops as they watched aliens struggle up a hillside. They're not used to this gravity. Use it against them. The aliens wore environmental suits that protected them from Earth's toxic atmosphere. But the suits weren't designed for combat. A single bullet hole was enough to expose them to air they couldn't breathe. Kelly's team attacked from multiple directions. The aliens tried to return fire, but their weapons were designed for open battlefields, not dense forests and steep mountains. They don't understand fighting in snow, Kelly said as her troops retreated after another successful ambush. They don't understand fighting, period. Similar scenes played out across the planet. In the Amazon rainforest, in the Australian outback, in the Siberian tundra, human forces used their knowledge of local terrain to outmaneuver the technologically superior invaders. The aliens had expected an easy victory. What they got was a nightmare. Dr. Ben White worked non-stop in his laboratory. Captured alien technology was brought to him from battlefields around the world. He and his team took it apart, learned its secrets, and sent improved weapons back to the front lines. They're not as advanced as we thought, Ben told President Martinez during a video call. Their technology is impressive, but it hasn't been tested in war for thousands of years. They've forgotten how to innovate under pressure. Humans hadn't forgotten. Every day brought new adaptations, new tactics, new weapons. Earth's factories worked around the clock. Children too young to fight helped assemble equipment. The elderly shared knowledge from past wars. After 1 month of fighting, the alien invasion stalled. They held small areas around their landing zones but couldn't expand further. Supreme General Shiv Kraz couldn't understand what was happening. The Union had conquered dozens of worlds before. None had resisted like this. Send more troops, he ordered. Use the heavy walkers. His officer looked uncomfortable. Sir, we've lost 30% of our fleet. The Council is asking questions. The Council approved this war, Shiv Kraz snapped. Tell them we need more resources. There's something else, the officer said. Our troops are suffering from local infections. Their environmental suits can't filter out all the microbes. The medical ships are overwhelmed. This was another problem the aliens hadn't anticipated. Earth's bacteria and viruses, harmless to humans with their strong immune systems, were devastating to species that evolved with minimal microbial life. In Washington, D.C., an alien commander named Reknar watched his troops grow sick. Their suits had kept out the worst of Earth's atmosphere, but microscopic organisms still got through. The medical team couldn't keep up. Reknar made a difficult decision. He sent a message to General Chivkraz. Request immediate evacuation. Position no longer tenable. Similar messages came from all 12 landing zones. The ground invasion was failing. In the orbital battle, things weren't much better for the invaders. Earth's ships had learned to exploit weaknesses in alien shields. Human pilots were willing to take risks no Union species would consider. Admiral Nicole Rogers directed the space battle from her flagship. Push them back, she ordered. Don't let them regroup. Human ships harassed the alien fleet constantly. They attacked, retreated, attacked from another direction. They used Earth's moon for cover. They laid traps with nuclear mines. The Galactics. Council convened an emergency session. The representatives of the 1,000-member species gathered virtually to discuss the war. This was supposed to be a simple containment operation, said the Ashari representative, oldest of the council members. Now we're losing ships and soldiers to these primitives. The cracks assured us their analysis was correct. Another member added, they said the humans would surrender when faced with our technology. The cracks representative remained defiant. The Deathworlders have surprised us, but they cannot win. We have the resources of 1,000 worlds. Resources we did not agree to commit to this war, the Ashari countered. The humans have not attempted to leave their system. They were not a threat until we made them one. As the council argued, on Earth humanity prepared for the next phase of the war. They had survived the initial assault. Now they planned to take the fight to the stars. 6 months into the war, Earth had changed. Cities bore the scars of battle. Fields that once grew food now housed military bases. But humans were still fighting, and more importantly, they were learning. Captain Ryan Davis stood on the bridge of the EFS Resilience, the first human ship capable of faster-than-light travel. Built using captured alien technology, it looked nothing like the sleek Union vessels. Wires and pipes were exposed. The hull was patched with different metals. It wasn't pretty, but it worked. All systems ready, Captain, said his first officer, Jane Wilson. She had been a commercial airline pilot before the war. Now she helped command humanity's most advanced spaceship. Good, Ryan said. Begin the countdown. The Resilience was not alone. 20 similar ships waited nearby, each crewed by Earth's best pilots and engineers. They were about to attempt something no one thought possible, a counterattack against the Galactic Union. Dr. Ben White watched from a control room on Earth. His team had worked day and night to build these ships. They had studied every piece of alien technology they could find. The aliens build ships like their luxury cruise liners, Ben had told his team. All comfort and no practicality. We build ours like they're sharks, all teeth and muscle. The human ships were smaller than Union vessels but more maneuverable. They carried weapons specifically designed to target alien vulnerabilities. Most importantly, they were unpredictable. Jump in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Ryan counted down. The stars blurred around the Resilience. Ryan felt a strange sensation like his body was being stretched and compressed at the same time. Then it was over. The ship emerged in a new star system. Location confirmed, Jane reported. We're at the edge of the Proxima Centauri system. This system housed one of the Union's forward bases where they coordinated their attacks on Earth. It was Ryan's target. All ships report in, he ordered. One by one, the other vessels confirmed successful jumps. None had been lost in transit, a miracle considering the experimental nature of their drives. Begin Phase 2, Ryan said. Remember the plan. We're not here to fight their battleships. Target their supply ships and fuel depots. The human fleet spread out, They moved toward the Union base using the system's asteroids for cover. Union. Sensors were powerful, but they weren't designed to look for ships as small as the human vessels. On the main Union station, Logistics Officer Keldar was checking inventory when the alarm sounded. "Unidentified ships approaching," announced the station's AI. "Configuration unknown." Keldar rushed to the command center. The screen showed small craft moving at high speed toward the station. "Impossible," said the station commander. "The humans don't have FTL technology." "Apparently they do now," Keldar replied. "We should warn the fleet." "The fleet is 3 days away," the commander said. "Defending Earth." The human ships struck quickly. They didn't attack the station directly. Instead, they targeted the supply vessels, fuel tanks, and communication arrays. Ryan's tactical officer, Sam Baker, monitored the attack. "Sir, they're scrambling fighters." "Let them come," Ryan said. "Our ships are faster. The Union fighters were designed for precision attacks against large targets. They struggled to track the nimble human vessels. Each time they formed up to attack, the humans would scatter, then regroup and strike from another direction." While the fighters were distracted, Ryan led the Resilience toward the main goal, the Union supply depot. It contained food, medicine, and atmospheric materials that the alien troops on Earth desperately needed. "Fire when ready," he ordered. The Resilience launched specially designed missiles. They penetrated the depot's outer hull, then released clouds of Earth bacteria. To humans, these microbes were harmless. To the aliens, they were deadly. "Mission accomplished," Ryan said. "All ships prepare to jump out." Back on Earth, Admiral Nicole Rogers received the news of the successful raid with satisfaction. "How long before they feel the effects?" she asked. "Dr. Ben White. Their troops on Earth will start running out of supplies within weeks," Ben replied. "Without proper atmospheric mixtures, they can't function." Nicole nodded. "And we've just shown them we can hit their bases anywhere in the galaxy." Similar raids were happening across nearby star systems. Human ships appeared, struck Union facilities, and vanished before the aliens could respond effectively. Supreme General Shiv Kraz faced the Galactic Council with growing desperation. His once perfect uniform was wrinkled. His skin had lost its healthy glow. "The humans are more resourceful than we anticipated," he admitted. "They've somehow developed faster-than-light capabilities and are attacking our supply lines." "How is this possible?" demanded a council member. "You assured us they were primitives." "They were," Shiv Kraz said. "But they learn at an incredible rate. They've adapted our technology to their needs, and they fight differently." "Differently how?" asked the Ashari representative. "They don't follow any military doctrine we understand. Their units operate independently, making tactical decisions without central command. They use suicide attacks. They deliberately destroy resources rather than capture them. No civilized species fights this way. Because no civilized species evolved on a death world," the Ashari said quietly. "This war was a mistake from the beginning." Shiv Kraz bristled. "We can still win. The humans have caught us off guard, but we have the resources of 1,000 worlds." "Resources we are no longer willing to commit," the Ashari replied. "The Council has voted. The Crack's hegemony will step down from leadership of this conflict. The Ashari Confederation will take control, effective immediately." "And what will you do?" Shiv Kraz asked bitterly. "What we should have done from the start," the Ashari representative said. "Seek peace." On Earth, President Laura Martinez received the alien message with cautious optimism. "They want to talk," she told the assembled world leaders. "They're offering a ceasefire." "It could be a trap," General Steve Cooper warned. "It could be," Laura agreed. "But we need to consider all options. This war has already cost too many lives." Admiral Richard Johnson nodded. "We're winning, but at a terrible price. If there's a chance for peace, we should take it." The world leaders debated late into the night. In the end, they agreed to send a delegation to meet with the new Union representatives. The meeting would take place on a space station positioned between Earth and Luna. General William Taylor was chosen to lead the human delegation. At 65, He had fought in conflicts across Earth before first contact and understood both the cost of war and the value of peace. As his shuttle approached the meeting station, William thought about everything humanity had endured. The cities reduced to rubble, the millions of lives lost, but also the incredible achievements. Humans had gone from a single planet species to one capable of striking targets across multiple star systems in just 6 months. "We're ready to dock, sir," the pilot told him. William straightened his uniform. "Let's hope they're ready to listen." The space station hung between Earth and its moon. Once a research facility, it now served as neutral ground for the most important meeting in human history. General William Taylor led the Earth delegation. His gray hair and battle scars told the story of a lifetime of service. The station's main conference room had been modified to accommodate both species. Humans sat on one side of a large table. The aliens sat on the other, breathing through special masks that filtered Earth's toxic oxygen levels. William studied the aliens carefully. These were not the cracks who had started the war. These were Ashari, the oldest species in the Galactic Union. Their skin was pale green with gold patterns. Their 4 eyes blinked in odd patterns. "I am Elder Sora of the Ashari Confederation," said the lead alien. "We speak for the Galactic Union in this matter." General William Taylor, representing Earth and all human colonies, William replied. He had included the colonies part deliberately. There were none yet, but the aliens didn't need to know that. "We wish to end this conflict," Elder Sora said. "It has proven costly for all involved." William nodded. "We agree, but we need to understand why you attacked us in the first place." The elder's skin shifted colors slightly, a sign of discomfort. "The cracks convinced the Council that your species posed a threat. Species from extreme environments have historically become aggressive expansionists when they gain space travel capabilities. We were not planning to conquer anyone," William O. said. "We were hoping to join the galactic community as equals." "We understand that now," Sora replied. "We fundamentally misunderstood your species. We saw your evolutionary background as a threat, rather than recognizing it as the source of your greatest strengths." William leaned forward. "And what strengths would those be?" "Adaptation," the elder said. "No Union species has ever evolved so quickly. Biologically or technologically, you took our own weapons and improved them within months. You developed strategies we had never considered. Your immune systems allow you to survive conditions that would kill any of us." "These aren't weapons," William explained. "They're survival tools. Humans don't seek conflict, but were forged by it. Our history is a cycle of challenge and response. We adapt, we overcome, we evolve. That's what living on a death world taught us." The negotiations continued for days. Both sides had demands. Humans wanted recognition as equals, not subjects. The Union wanted assurances that humans would not use their newly acquired technology to seek revenge. On the 3rd day, a young human scientist named Alice Green joined the delegation. She had worked with Dr. Ben White on understanding alien biology. "I've been studying your medical records," she told the aliens. "Your immune systems are almost non-existent compared to ours." The aliens shifted uncomfortably. "This isn't a threat," Alice added quickly. "It's an opportunity. We could help you develop better resistance to diseases. Our medical knowledge might benefit your people greatly." Elder Sora's eyes widened. "You would share such knowledge? After we attacked your world?" "That's what humans do," William said. "We fight hard when threatened, but we're even better at making peace." The atmosphere in the room changed. What had begun as tense ceasefire talks became a discussion about cooperation. The humans offered medical knowledge. The aliens offered advanced technology. Back on Earth, President Laura Martinez received regular updates from the delegation. She shared them with world leaders and the public. "The war has shown us what we can achieve when we work together," she told the United Nations. "Let's not lose that unity and peace." After 2 weeks of talks, a treaty was ready. Its terms were simple but profound. Earth would be recognized not as a member of the Galactic Union, but as an equal power. Human representatives would sit on the council, providing perspective no other species could offer. In return, humans would share their medical knowledge and help the Union develop better defenses against biological threats. William signed the treaty on behalf of Earth. Elder Sora signed for the Union. "This marks a new chapter in galactic history," Sora said. "One we hope will be written in cooperation, not conflict." William smiled. "We've been looking to the stars for thousands of years, wondering if we were alone. Now we know we're not. We have much to learn from each other." The return to Earth was triumphant. Crowds cheered as the delegation's shuttle landed. President Martinez welcomed them personally. "You've secured not just peace, but a future for humanity among the stars," she told William. William shook his head. "It wasn't me. It was every soldier who fought, every scientist who worked, every civilian who endured. Humans are at their best when challenged. In the years that followed, humanity's influence spread through the galaxy not through conquest, but collaboration. Human adaptability, resilience, and innovative thinking proved valuable in solving problems Union species had struggled with for generations. Earth began to recover from the war. Cities were rebuilt, often with the help of alien technology. First human colonies were established on nearby planets. Ships that had been designed for war were repurposed for exploration. Admiral Lisa Baker, who had commanded Earth's defensive fleet during the darkest days of the war, became Earth's first representative on the Galactic Council. In her first address, she spoke about the lessons both humans and the Union had learned. "The aliens feared us because we evolved on a world that constantly tried to kill us," she said. "What they didn't understand was that the same forces that made us strong also taught us the value of cooperation. On Earth, those who stand together survive. That lesson serves us as well among the stars as it did in our earliest caves." Dr. Ben White led a team of human and alien scientists in developing new medical treatments that benefited all species. His work saved billions of lives across thousands of worlds. Captain Ryan Davis, once commander of Earth's first FTL warship, now led exploration missions to the edges of known space. His crew included both humans and aliens, each bringing unique perspectives and abilities. The Crack's hegemony, which had pushed for war, was reduced in influence but not excluded from the new galactic order. Over time, even they came to appreciate what humans brought to the Union. Supreme General Shiv Kraz, architect of the failed invasion, lived long enough to see his worst fears disproven. Humans did not become conquerors. Instead, they became innovators, healers, explorers, and mediators. On the 10th anniversary of the peace treaty, representatives from all galactic species gathered on Earth. They stood beneath the open sky that had once seemed so threatening to them. Elder Sora, now the head of the Galactic Council, raised a glass in toast. "To the Deathworlders who taught us how to live better," she said. William Taylor, gray-haired but still standing tall, raised his own glass. "And to the stars that brought us together, however roughly." The Galactic Union had learned a costly lesson. Declaring war on Deathworlders isn't just a terrible idea. It's a fundamental misunderstanding of what makes such species truly dangerous. Not their capacity for violence, but their unlimited capacity for adaptation.